For much of the 20th century, Asia was seen as a continent trapped in poverty. But in just a few decades, countries like Japan, South Korea, Taiwan, and later China transformed into global economic powerhouses. How did they do it? In How Asia Works, economist Joe Studwell argues that this dramatic rise wasn't a miracle, it was the result of smart, disciplined policy choices. It all starts with land reform. In Japan, South Korea, and Taiwan, governments broke up large estates and gave land to small farmers. This wasn't just about fairness, it was about productivity. When farmers own their land, they work harder, invest more, and produce more food. These countries didn't try to leap into high-tech industries overnight. They first made sure their agricultural base was strong, efficient, and widely shared. Next came industrial policy, but not the kind that simply throws money at businesses. These governments invested in manufacturing, especially export industries, but made companies compete globally. If a firm wanted government support, it had to prove it could sell its goods abroad. This forced businesses to become world-class or die trying. Instead of picking winners, governments created fierce incentives for success. Third, they controlled finance. Banks weren't free to lend however they liked. Instead, governments directed credit toward productive investment, factories, machines, infrastructure. Speculation and luxury consumption were discouraged. The goal was always growth through real production, not quick profits. Compare this to many countries in Southeast Asia and Latin America, where governments skipped land reform, let finance flow freely, and hoped the market would take care of the rest. The results were often disappointing: boom-bust cycles, weak industries, and deep inequality. China offers a partial example. It didn't copy the model exactly, but it did adopt key elements. After decollectivizing farms in the 1980s, China embraced export-led growth, built up manufacturing, and kept tight control over its banks. The results: hundreds of millions lifted from poverty and the rise of the second-largest economy on Earth. So, what can we learn from How Asia Works? That growth isn't about luck. It's about choices. The most successful Asian economies rejected both free market dogma and rigid central planning. They focused on the basics: productive farms, competitive factories, and disciplined finance. Studwell's message is clear: countries that want to grow must start with the hard, unglamorous work of building a solid foundation. There are no shortcuts. But for those willing to do it, the rewards can be extraordinary.